8 items that have been skyrocketing in price at the grocery stores. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another Coffee Rant with Dano. Tonight, we are drinking Starbucks Pike Place. That's right, getting out the Pike's Place. It's going to be a lengthy video, so if you have to hit pause to get your coffee together or whatever favorite beverage you deem necessary, like I said, it's going to be a little bit of a lengthy discussion. We have to talk about these things because we are expecting these things to go up in price even higher. We're just going to get right into it here. Take a moment here. Go ahead and hit pause if you have to. Sip our coffee. Got my favorite mug out here. Something I've been wanting to discuss. As most of you know, I visit the grocery stores pretty much every day to try and help save you guys as much money as possible. The one things that I like to look out for are food shortages and prices that are getting excessively expensive. Whenever I see something that has really gone up in price, I always try to bring it up. First one on the list, coffee. Coffee is starting to get a bit more expensive here. Over the last month or so, we've seen Starbucks, the smaller packs of the 12-ounce packages, go from $9.99 to $10.99. We've seen the Keurig pods go up from $9.69 to $9.99. We have seen Dunkin' Donuts go from $8.99 to $9.99. These are both probably two of the most popular coffees that I see flying off the shelves in the grocery stores. Why this is important is because every time we see these two coffees go up in price here, we'll see the cheaper coffees start to go up in price. We've seen Seattle's Best, which is traditionally a cheaper coffee, go from $4.99 of a price from a year ago all the way up to $6.99 regular price. Some places it's still sitting at $6.49, but I've seen it as high as $6.99. We have seen coffees like Folgers and Maxwell House kind of level off for a little while. Most of the 25.9 ounce canisters of Folgers coffee we can find for $11.49. However, the Classic Roast is still $10.99 at 25.9 ounces. Now, the Maxwell House at 30.6 ounces fluctuates between $9.99 and $10.99. One thing I've noticed with Maxwell House is when we see it on sale for $9.99, we never really see many sales below that, because that is one big thing that we're not seeing today that we've seen in years past, or not even that long ago, just a few months ago. Even the sales on a lot of these different prices at the grocery store are the highest we've ever seen. So if we're going to talk about price increases of regular prices, then we need to also mention the prices of the sale prices, because it's like you're not getting the sales. You know, if you shop like we do, then we will buy up the sales as they come around. Well, you know, we're used to waiting for coffee to be $6.99, right? We're not seeing that. Now, ironically, Folgers is on sale this week for $6.99 on a digital coupon, except for the decaf at Kroger. They never have the decaf for whatever reason on sale at Kroger. But just wanted to point out that little preview. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe down below. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you are notified every time we put out an upload. We try to put uploads every weekday to try and show you the different sales in the stores. That Kroger video will be coming out tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. But we are seeing other coffees that have traditionally been very cheap, like 8 o'clock coffee. I mean, that used to, it used to be really cheap. Now we're seeing prices start to skyrocket on these cheaper coffees. Look at Kroger coffee. Those canisters were $4.99 a little over a year ago. I mean, I remember people freaking out when they went up to $5.99. Now they're $8.99 a year later. Coffee has been a big one here, and I haven't really talked about it as much as I probably should have, especially since we have these coffee rants. I kind of deemed it necessary to kind of discuss how expensive it's actually getting. One reason why we do like shopping at Starbucks. We can get coffee for a significantly cheaper price, which some of those prices have actually come down at Sam's Club, which is good to see. Still $21.93. I believe it is, for the 40 ounces of Starbucks there. almost $22 for 45 ounces of Dunkin'. So, I mean, that's the better deal. People always ask me if Sam's Club's worth it. Well, that's a big one for me. Okay, next on the list that we have seen over the last month, and I expect it to go up even higher. I am basing a lot of these things that we're talking about today on comments that we have gotten. All of our subscribers have put their input in the comments here. Always leave your opinions and things that you see in the stores. Make sure you let us know things that you see or don't see, right? That's why number 2 on the list is sugar here. We've been getting comments from you guys all around the country, all around the world, that sugar has been in very short supply. It hasn't been like that really around here. We saw about a month ago where it wasn't coming in for a little while. What happened? We see it come back at a much higher price. That's another big event that's going on right now. It's been going on for the last year. Is we'll see things go away for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, and we'll see it come back at a higher price. Now, as I've said in a lot of our different videos, sugar went up 4 times. 4 times in a month, each week. We saw Kroger and Meijer. They were both going up at the same time. Started out at $2.19, $2.49, $2.79, $2.99, and that was the 4th, and now they're both up. Now Meijer is back up to $3.19, which they were $3.15 a week ago. It went up to $3.19 yesterday. And then now Kroger is at $3.19 as well. So we keep seeing sugar on the rise, and the Walmart is $3.12, and I'm talking about 4 pounds here, 4-pound sugars. We always go with the cheapest ones. That way we can cover all the ground. You know, we have to understand that some people live day to day. Some people live week to week. They can't afford to even spend a 10-pound bag of sugar, you know, even if it is a little bit of a better deal, you know. And, you know, the cheapest that I've seen, probably Aldi at $2.95, and we're expecting that to go up too. And I'm expecting sugar is going to be on the rise again. So be prepared for that. Number 3 on the list of the 8 that I have here is beef. We are seeing beef skyrocket. We are seeing steaks, even hamburger now. Hamburger's starting to catch up. It is just getting so expensive. You know, I mean, it really is. Like today, I was at Kroger doing the video, and I saw 80% ground chuck. Okay, ground chuck, not ground beef. But it was $5.59 a pound on sale. $6.99 a pound. Regular price. $6.99. Let that sink in for a second. Okay? Now, I know ground chuck is a little more expensive. And I know some people are going to say, well, that's what the price of Meijer. Well, you know, Meijer has traditionally always been a little bit more than Kroger on meat. We're not seeing that anymore. We're seeing either tied for first place of massive price increases, or very close. Very close. And I'm sure most of you have seen the prices of beef. It's not just in Cincinnati here. It is all over the country. And let us know if you're on the East or West Coast. Let us know some of those prices as well. I know we always get comments like, we're lucky, we only pay this. Well, let us know the prices. You know, we may, if we're lucky for these prices, then I can't imagine paying any more than what we're already paying. I mean, it's crippling us, guys. This is terrible. Absolutely terrible. I mean, you know, when I went into this video, I was like, this is going to be kind of a loud video here. You know, I didn't, there's no real easy way or way to sugarcoat this stuff. You know, I mean, it's very upsetting, but at the same time, we have to, like I've always said, and like we always say on the channel, buy up the sales as we see them, because really that's the only way any of us can really afford to be able to stock up and save things these days. I know a lot of people are against the digital coupons and these different sales and stuff, but guys, I'll tell you, I mean, some of this stuff, I don't even know how I would afford it without it. I mean, really. I mean, I'm used to living in a world now with digital coupons and buy 5 or more, save $1, buy 5 of multiples and stuff like that, you know, but at the same time, I can see, you know, I see all the time. I see people struggling in the stores. I'm in the stores every day. And you know, people talk to me, people know me from the channel, and they come up to me and they say, you know, I can't afford this. I can't do this. So many heartfelt stories from so many different people just around here. And if I get so many of these stories from around here, I can't imagine. It's got to be like this all around the country and all around the world. That's why I do videos like this. Try and keep us all, not just you, to keep me and you guys in the know of all of this stuff so that we can prepare and be ready for what's coming. Because I think we're going to have more lists in the future, unfortunately. I do not see prices ever coming down no matter what they tell you on the TV or whatever. They say inflation's going down, so I've said this before. People have said in the comments, inflation may be down a little bit, but it's still inflation, and we have things going up in price constantly. And I know some of you are going to say, well, that doesn't affect grocery stores. Well, whether it does or not, if it doesn't, they're taking full advantage of it because these prices just keep going up. Whether it's a little bit or a lot, they're not going down. We'll see a couple things come down. We have a video coming up at Aldi here in a couple days where I did actually see some prices of things come down, and we'll go over that later. Next on my list is tea. Tea is catching up with coffee, I guess. I don't really know, but tea prices are getting ridiculous. I mean ridiculous. The instant teas, some of your more fancier, expensive teas, they're always a little pricey. Haven't seen some of those go up as much. As a matter of fact, like different teas like Twinings, we'll find some sales on. I didn't see any sales today on any tea. No tea. None. Now, that Bigelow tea that I get hundreds of comments on probably every month or two, where to find the best prices? Well, right now, if you have Meyer, not to be confused with Fred Meyer. I've been getting a lot of people that think I'm talking about Fred Meyer. That is a Kroger-owned business. Meyer, Meijer. They are from Michigan, but they have spread out a little. I wish Meyer would expand a little bit because it's kind of like a huge upgraded Walmart. Things are a little more pricey, but you get better, arguably better quality. But guys, tea has gotten crazy. It's going up. We said it would. We said the Bigelow tea is going to be going up everywhere. It's not as high as Kroger. Kroger charging $4.29 for it is crazy. $3.59 now regular price at Meijer, but it is on sale. Pretty much all of the smaller boxes of it for $2.79. Like I've said before, if you don't have a Meijer, maybe look online and see if they have some kind of delivery option. Because if you drink a lot of that type of tea, it might be worth it for you. So, number 5, bread. Bread, I have noticed over the last month, we have noticed some of the cheaper breads start to really go up in price. Butternut bread, which is a local bread around here, has gotten very expensive. I saw it the other day for $4. $4. Now, Kroger sells it for $3.79 for like the sandwich bread, and then $3.29 for like the smaller one, but you're getting, a smaller amount. So it's either you pay more for the regular amount that it's always been, or you get the shrinkflated one for a little less. Kroger bread has been $1.99 for a little while, but it's one that I guess wasn't that price in some states. We got some comments of where your Kroger bread has been $1.59, I guess. Ours was $1.59 maybe a little over a year ago, and it went up to $1.79, but it's been $1.99 for a little while. But we are seeing things, that the funny thing about that is that we're in Cincinnati. Kroger's plant is down the road from us. And we're paying more money. How many times have you heard this story? I know there was someone who had commented out in New York. I forget what product you were talking about, but you had said that we're paying a cheaper price than what you're paying, and the plant is right down the street from you. How does that make any sense? Obviously, it doesn't cost the gas to get it to your store that's right down the street, right? I mean, it's nothing for Kroger to get their products right here. I don't understand how that could be why, our milk prices are a lot cheaper than around, a lot of places around the country. But even milk went up here today, actually. It went up another dime. It's gone up 30 cents in 3 weeks. Let's see, $2.19, $2.29, $2.39. And I know that is very cheap. We get cheap milk. We are fortunate. I think Cincinnati, Ohio gets the cheapest milk in the country. I've never heard any cheaper prices than that. But anyway, bread is another one, and that's one that we're expecting is going to go up more and more because things that we're talking about with different ingredients, different grains, different wheat, different things that are going to be harder to come by, maybe maybe. We hear these things and we hear, well, maybe some more people have been growing wheat and maybe we'll be able to solve this problem. I don't know. I feel like even if we do, then they're just going to charge an outrageous price for it anyway. People always say, well, not always, but some people say, well, why do I blame the grocery stores? I don't blame solely the grocery stores. I blame the whole system. I blame the manufacturers. I blame, it's like, and I don't like to point the finger, and we don't know all the answers and everything, but let's face it, some of these grocery stores are charging an arm and a leg for some of this stuff. I can't imagine. I mean, how much are farmers really making? I bet they ain't making nothing. You see what some of the prices are going up on some of different grains and different fertilizer and all these prices on this stuff as well? Farmers are really scraping to get by, and I'll tell you what, it's like everybody's hurting from this, and I wish we had like a, some different kind of group that would oversee this stuff and start working out the different kinks, working out all the different math, trying to figure out, okay, how do we get this stuff lowered? How do we make this stuff cheaper? How do we make the grocery world great again? Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But really, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, how do we bring these things down? How do we, let's all work together, right? Because it seems like that's what it is. So many people are focused with trying to stay afloat and keep their business run, right? Keeping their employees paid. There's a lot to that, Truckers are taking a hit, not getting paid as much for their loads. We're paying more for ingredients, I mean, it is a multitude of issues that is causing all these high prices. We see these things at Kroger, though, and it's like, ugh, like you guys are charging like crazy here. If you saw my Dollar General video, Dollar General, I'll tell you what, some of the stuff there is outrageously expensive. We saw the same thing at Family Dollar, and Family Dollar and Dollar Tree are owned by the same people. And one thing that I don't get, and every time I think about it, every time I go and do like a shopping video at either one of these places, I think to myself, like, how are they able to sell this at Dollar Tree for $1.25 when they're selling it, for some of the items at Family Dollar for almost $1 more? I don't know. Time for a little sip of coffee here. Probably shouldn't have went with Starbucks today. I feel like it's I'm passionate about this stuff, guys. I really am. When you're out here and you're trying to save everybody money, and then it's like every day everything keeps going up as a ridiculous price. It's like after a while it really starts to build and get to you. So, next on the list is cereal. Cereal is another one that we continue to see go up in price. I kid you not. I saw a box of Cheerios on the buy 5 or more, save $1 each deal a couple weeks ago. It was $3.49. I was like, wow, big, huge box of Cheerios for $3.50. Great deal. Time to buy it, because as I was saying that, we're looking at the sticker, the regular price went from $6.99 to $7.49. That's why I always say it may not be really too correct, I guess, but I mean, we're being blinded by the sales. They're dumping what they have, right? So you see a box of Cheerios, a massive box of Cheerios for $3.49. You're like, wow, that's cheaper than the regular price of your overpriced regular size box of Cheerios for $4.29. So you buy that, and then like the brain thinks, well, I'm going to get it next time. Well, I really liked it. It lasted me forever. I'll pay $7.50. Now, I mean, hopefully everybody doesn't think that way, but are the stores banking on you thinking like this? I mean, do these places, do whoever you want to call it, the manufacturers, whoever's doing it, the different stores? I'm not just blaming Kroger here. We talk a lot about Kroger because we can compare notes with Kroger. There are Kroger-owned stores all over the country, so it is something that we can all compare. But a lot of different cereals, I've noticed a lot of them are going up in price. I've noticed that even Walmart used to be the cheapest place to get cereal. Not anymore. Excuse me. It's getting really expensive there too. Okay, next on the list, canned tomatoes. Canned tomatoes. Been getting a lot of comments on canned tomatoes. We had several comments over the last few weeks to a month of how the Hunt's tomatoes, diced tomatoes, were flying off the shelves again. We never saw an issue here. I saw a little bit at Walmart, but Walmart's been kind of doing a refurbishment, so I cut them a little bit of slack on that. But But we've seen canned tomatoes go up in price. We've seen Rotel at Kroger go up. We saw them go up. I said this. I said when we saw them go up at Walmart, I said, watch. As soon as I go to Kroger, they're going to be up in price. This doesn't happen at Walmart and not happen to someone like Kroger or Meijer. Okay, now Meijer went from $1.24 a can to $1.29, so not a huge price increase. And then we had for the Rotel diced tomatoes and stuff. And then Kroger had just gone up to $1.50 a can. Now I did see a sale for the regular price of what it was last week. They got it back on a sale, 3 for $4. They tried to sell as many cans last week as they could for $1.50, and now it's on sale 3 for $4. You don't have to buy 3. You can buy 1 for $1.34. $1.34 a can. As long as you use your Kroger Plus card. It's been that at Kroger for like the last year. So to see that go up in price, I can't say I'm surprised, but we saw Hunt's go up too at the same exact time to $1.50 a can. Now Hunt's has always been just a hair above Rotel as far as price, okay, but this makes sense because of all the comments and everyone that said that your Hunt's cans have been disappearing off the shelves. Here we are with them all coming back, and we have a higher price on them. Now, what does this mean? Why is this significant? People say, well, it's only 15 cents, Dan. What are you worried about? I'm worried about it because when we see things like this that are used in other products, we will see other products go up as well. Things like, with diced tomatoes, we see prices on stuff like this go up. We're going to see stuff that has tomatoes in other products go up in price as well. It's what we always talk about. It's like a domino effect. One thing's going to affect one thing that affects another. So it's why I hate seeing things like this go up in price. A little different than when we see canned vegetables go up in price. We don't see significant increases in soups and stuff. At least not yet. But I don't know. That might be next. There's no real rhyme or reason these days. But number 8 on the list here, and I've been getting a lot of comments on it, people asking where I find the best deals, have been potatoes. You want my opinion, go out in your backyard or anywhere you can and just throw some tomatoes in the ground and start growing them, because the cheapest thing to grow on earth probably has gotten to be stupid expensive. When I went to Walmart the other day, I saw 8 baking potatoes. They said jumbo. They weren't jumbo. They were that big. I mean, I showed them in the video, so you can go back and look if you wish. $13.88 at Walmart for 8 pounds. 8 pounds. $13.88. We've been seeing them go up at Costco and Sam's Club too. But seeing that at Walmart, I was like, I had to walk around for a minute. I was like, oh my goodness, how do I even talk about this? This is ridiculous. See, and then the 5 pounds of little yellow potatoes, 5 pounds, $7.28 at Walmart. Walmart. Guys, I've said it in other videos, but as far as the grocery world is concerned, and maybe with gas and everything else, we're in trouble. I mean, this is what, again, I know I sound like a broken record, but I try to stress it as much as I can. When you find the sales of the things you want, make sure you are buying them up. If you can afford a little extra, get them. If you can't, I understand. Eventually I'm going to do a video feeling rich at Dollar Tree again. I did a video a long time ago. I forget what I titled it. Something like, I feel rich at Dollar Tree. It was just a fun video, but I may do that again. Because, Dollar Tree, when they hit this a year ago, everybody was saying, I was saying, watch as Dollar Tree goes up to $1.25 on all of their items here. I said it may not end here, but they may start doing items that are a little more. Didn't know it was going to be better quality items, but look what happened. We have a Dollar Tree Plus now, 2 years later. Year and a half later. It took a little longer for ours to turn into Dollar Tree, or Dollar Plus, whatever. Arm and a leg tree. Dollar tree and a shrub. I don't know, but I love Dollar Tree. We got a lot of new viewers on the channel, and I've been getting a lot of requests to go to Dollar Tree. If you haven't found out by now, I do go to Dollar Tree quite often. You can go into our videos and just look through our playlist. We've gone to Dollar Tree several times. We'll be going At some point, we heard that there was going to be some more dollar items coming back. I doubt it. It's not going to be on the food, and if it is, it's going to be on like little candy items that really aren't worth $1 anyway. I mean, some of those things they've shrinkflated so much. I can't imagine paying $1.25. I can't imagine paying $1. Like some of this stuff just doesn't seem worth it. Like if you're going to get like three of three little tiny musketeers in a bag of candy, but one of them had 4 pieces of candy in it. 4 of those like little squares. I was like, what? Like for $1.25, that's more than a quarter a piece. Excuse me. Guys, I'll tell you what, we're just going to keep going. We'll get through this together. Eventually I feel things will get better. Hopefully, we just need to keep fighting through it. Never give up the fight. That's why I love this hat. It's so much meaning. So much meaning through this hat here. I mean, it really, everything we do, it's never give up the fight toward, things. I found myself saying this a couple years ago. Hopefully, things will level off here at some point. Well, here we are. Nothing's leveled off. It's probably gotten a little worse, but you know what? Things will get better at some point. I have faith that things will get better, and we will get through this together as we always do and always will. Guys, thank you so much for watching the 8 items that I picked out. Anything else you would like to add to this list, maybe we will add it to another video. I'm sure there's a lot on here I missed. These were just ones that we always get comments on that have gone up most recently here in August, the end of August 2023. But we're going to have to pay attention, guys. We're going to have to pay attention because this stuff, it's getting real. I mean, we're getting into the fall here. We're supposed to be seeing some cheaper prices on some things like apples. Haven't really seen much to brag about yet, but we will keep you informed on everything we find. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.